It's the NFL on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the 49ers and the Commanders, and it's coming up next on Madden NFL 24.
This building holds just north of 80,000, and they have come out in very good numbers today at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Today, Week 17 is upon us, and we've got a good one in store here, as it'll be the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Washington Commanders. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin on this final day of 2023, New Year's Eve. Folks are fine-tuning their resolutions. Fitness clubs ready for that January boon. But these two teams have one more important piece of business to take care of before the calendar turns to 2024. The final 2-week stretch of the 2023 regular season, and we are underway, Week 17 here on this New Year's Eve. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. So the Niners set to take over for the first time, and it is the 23-year-old Trey Lance who has the keys to the offense in his third season now out of North Dakota State.
In recent years, we've seen a lot of love for North Dakota State in the NFL draft, and Trey Lance, he's a great example of what the Bison are sending to the league each and every year. This guy looks like a franchise quarterback. He wants his opportunity to prove it to the rest of the league.
And he is going to lose yardage here.
Holding offense.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Lance going to put it up right away. And that nearly trouble, but it's incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it. And it'll be 2nd down. And Lance now to throw. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Chase Young has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. Now after the sack, Lance and the Niners staring up here at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he'll go out of bounds after getting this across the 15. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the 1st down.
Now a hit and a loose football. Well, it looks like one of the DBs has it. Here are the Commanders for their first drive of the game. Leading them out, someone who took the league by storm last year is the most famous Mr. Irrelevant ever. From Iowa State, it's Brock Purdy.
His ability to adjust on the fly is almost unmatched in the game right now because it leads to a couple of snaps per game where you just sit back and ask yourself, how did he pull that off? Opponents can practice and prepare each and every week all they want, but this guy, he is hard to corral.
And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. From the 43, it's 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Purdy looking to throw. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got it. The numbers from McLaurin a week ago. 5 catches, 60 yards.
And they think they have a matchup advantage in this one. They're going to try and find some space for him to work and make sure he touches the football.
Purdy to throw it on 1st down. He's got his man downfield. It's Robinson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It's a gain of 35.
A lot of running backs in the passing game, they're just used to check it down to them or maybe dump off passes. This guy, they use him to stretch the field, don't they?
Stretched it right there. Turned it into a really nice game. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Purdy. Out left to Dotson. He's down inside the 10 to the 8. And it comes on a gain of 8. Ball on the 8, 2nd and 2.
At the 8-yard line.
Purdy will set up to throw it here. Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Banks. And the Commanders are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. From the 2, here's 1st and goal. Trying to power it in with Arma. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
Pickup of 2. Brings up 2nd and goal.
Robinson is in. Touchdown, Commanders. So that a great sequence for these guys to begin the ball game. They force the punt on one end, then come right down the field and score on the other.
And that's a great example of leaning on each other and building a little momentum that way. How about the defense forcing the punt, turns it over to the offense with confidence, and they take it downfield and score.
Joey Sly on for the extra point. It's good, and Washington will take a 7-0 lead. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it was capped off by the touchdown run from Brian Robinson. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their 2nd drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. And let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Now Lance. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Emmanuel Forbes. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Purdy off the play fake. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Purdy now to throw. And yet again, it's McLaurin. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be 2nd down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football. From the 25, here's 2nd and 6. As they've got it as we resume action. 2nd down and a run by Robinson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
3rd down and 6.
Throwing here, Purdy. That is incomplete. 4th down now is San Fran's defense, who's strong in coverage.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
23-yard attempt.
Sly able to put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Niners set to take over on offense. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing his Lance on third down. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's fourth down.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
Back onto the field now, the Commanders' offense. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
This 2nd and 4. Now Purdy. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Here's Purdy. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
Throwing on 2nd down, it's Purdy. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
And 10 yards to go.
Back to throw, Purdy. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
This offense is looking very comfortable here in this first half. Very relaxed, very smooth, very efficient. No wasted motions. Things are definitely going their way, and they continue to move the ball downfield.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough. Otherwise, they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
Slide for the PAT. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it's finished off by a Terry McLaurin touchdown. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you
don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
2nd and 6. And Lance going to throw. That's caught downfield by Kittle. And I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Thankfully for the offense, a fortuitous bounce there on the fumble goes out of bounds because they're down here in the red zone. You don't want to lose one there.
You don't want to lose one, and the best part, because it went out of bounds, they retain possession, still have an opportunity to put points on the board.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose, and is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Lance now on first down. Again to the big tight end, George Kittle. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. 2nd and 4. They could still get a first down without scoring. Here's Lance. He's got it. Touchdown 49ers. Christian McCaffrey from 6 yards away. And the 49ers get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Moody good with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. From his end zone is Byron Pringle. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Commanders back out late in this first half. And with a 17-7 lead, maybe they're just looking to get into the locker room. On first down, Purdy. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Makes it 2nd and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Back to throw. Purdy. This to McLaurin out on the left side. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. Looking to throw. Purdy. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Holding offense.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Back to throw. Purdy. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he's going to be taken down here, as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve, as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
We saw a fine performance in the first half from the former Mr. Irrelevant, Brock Purdy. He's got a touchdown pass on the ledger as his guys were able to build a double-digit lead.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. A 10-point game, 17-7 the score as we get back to it on EA Sports. Taken at the goal line and tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Here come the Commanders for the first possession of the third quarter. This offense set to begin the third quarter, and Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box, establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced. Either throw it or run it and try and win this ball game.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Purdy's throw taken in by Samuel. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. From the 46, here's second down and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up second and 3.
Looking to throw. Purdy. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 41-yard line. First target, first catch, and a first down. Again, it's Purdy to throw it. He's got Thomas yet again, complete.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. On the counter, this is Robinson. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Purdy looking to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have the Commanders first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. Purdy looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. From the 20, here's second and a couple.
Second and 2 at the 20-yard line.
Purdy will set up to throw it here. To the right side and complete to Thomas. And the Commanders are going to be set up with a first and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
Complete to Logan Thomas. First and goal at the 9-yard line.
Purdy sets up to throw again. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI.
Defense.
Well, they've done a good job on these receivers, pretty much held them in check. They're a little too close for comfort.
And you're always looking for a play to get you going, right? You're looking for someone to make one. But maybe
Dotson has it. Touchdown, Commanders. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Commanders take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
that drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. Here's McLeod from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. Lance and the 49ers now, 1st and 10 at their own 24. And he'll start by handing this off to McCaffrey. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down. Here's a 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8.
To throw, it's Lance. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Now Lance. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a 49ers first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. 3 quarters in the books. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at FedEx Field. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the 4th and final quarter. Lance now on first down. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they've forced in this runaway contest.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. The Niners on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing now is Lance. Escape, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Chase Young able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Desperation time here, Lance. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And Washington will take control of the football in great field position. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
From the 33, here's 2nd down and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
False start's going to push him back, but these days, how hard must it be to be an offensive lineman?
It's very hard, Brandon. You've got defensive linemen flinching, trying to draw you off sides. You've got the loud crowds, and there are just so many super athletic players on defense now that you have to deal with each week. But through it all, these guys just sit in there for 4 quarters and slug it out.
Purdy off the play fake. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Play action. Now Purdy. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
You and I have been around teams, and they all have goals for games, don't they? And every team we've ever talked to says what?
No turnover.
Don't turn the ball over. 0. And they were that close to getting it done. Won't cost them today, but they'll hate that when they're watching the game tape.
San Francisco's offense returns to the field. And the fumble recovery was an important first step, but still a huge 4th quarter hole to dig out of. Down 3 scores. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Lance. That's over the middle and caught by Ayuk. And quickly they get to the line. Lance to throw on 3rd and 1. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Again, they'll throw it with Lance. He's got the hook up to McLeod. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 7.
Lance going to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause. Lance
going to try and throw on 3rd down here. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Juwan Jennings, 35 yards. And the Niners have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Moody good with the extra point. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. And this is going to be covered up by Washington. The fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Commanders football as we get back to it. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. Back to Robinson now on first down. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Robinson will score. Touchdown, Commanders.
Sometimes offensive can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here. And we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Now Joey Slye for the point after. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it was capped off by the touchdown run from Brian Robinson. Now a hit and a loose football. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. So holding on the offense, they go ahead and decline the penalty, and the ball will change hands on the fumble recovery. Oh, here's a fake on the jet sweep, and a give to Robinson. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Gibson here running out of the gun. And a short gain here down to the 22. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down. They'll come up facing 3rd and 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Robinson up the middle. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains.
Sit down.
So it's the Commanders who come away with a win, and it was due in large part, Charles, to the play of their quarterback.
Yeah, the numbers don't jump off the page, but he was a steady influence back there. He had a couple of touchdown passes on the afternoon. His guys rallied around him, and they're going to come away victorious.
So for Washington, the win for him is number 6 on the year.